Hello and good night. Welcome to my second tutorial on how to install software. Tonight we're going to be installing the Windows operating system Server 2008 R2, as was hinted from the last tutorial. So we see where we have our VirtualBox with our virtual machine that we created last time. But before we get into this, what we need to do is open up the Deamon tools, the tool that we will be using for creating the ISO and actually using or creating a virtual hard drive for us to run our application on. Now, Deamon Tools is a free downloadable application and is a well-known solution for you to mount, copy, or create an image. Right? This is the Deamon Tools shortcut. This is basically what it looks like. And as it says here, we can actually add an image, remove items, mount items, and mount is basically what we would be using to get the image onto the virtual hard drive. So when we say we mounting an image, what we're actually doing is putting it onto the virtual hard drive. And all these tabs here are different things we can do within Deamon Tools. So one way we can actually mount an image is actually by dragging. So you click and drag the image down into this lower left hand section here, and it automatically mounts the image. An ISO is a disk image, typically a copy of a CD or a DVD, and the entire contents of the disk can be precisely duplicated in a single ISO file. So here we have the ISO file for my Battlefield, and we have three different CDs that were actually created into this ISO file. So we have 3 different CDs here. These are actually 3 different CDs, and it's all duplicated in one ISO file. So ISOs are very neat there. I mean, obviously you can move around with less clutter, so it's a very good tool, Deamon Tools. So what we're going to do is mount the Server 2008 R2, and here we see it showing up as it's in the F drive, the virtual hard drive, the F drive. So when we go now into our VirtualBox to start the actual installation of the software, then we will be using this or leading to this F drive. So we make sure it's highlighted, click Start, and here we go. Now it's going to ask us for the drive. Now I said we already mounted it in the F drive, so we're going to use the F drive from Deamon Tools. Click Start. It will start running, and open it up. So here it shows that the Windows is loading the files. Now once we click inside here, and let's just show you that we actually have a virtual machine working, it will actually capture my mouse so that I can actually only use it inside this virtual machine or this area here. So we continue. Windows is starting up. And here we go, starting installation of Windows Server 2008 R2. So if you have anyone has been fortunate to actually install operating systems before, this is basically how it starts. We pick the language that you're going to use. You can leave all these things as default: English, English US. Click next and click install now. So once it's going to run, what we need to know is the setup normally takes a long time, and what it does is it starts running, and ever so often it will shut down, restart the actual installation itself. So we are going to go to, it's going to ask you to select, let's remove some of these things, select the operating system you want to install. Now we have Windows 2008 R2, and we are going to be greedy. We want the enterprise full installation, right? What you need to do is, as with all software, you need to read the licensing terms and agree with it. You must click accept and next. Now, which type of operation is either it's an upgrade or custom advanced? Normally it's a new installation. So when you click in this area here, you can actually partition your drive. You have the option to actually partition your drive options, new, and actually create a new partition for your drive, right? Well, I'm not going to do that today. I click next, but we have the option to actually create a partition where we would create a separate area on our hard drive within, for probably maybe a backup or anything like that. Right, so this is going to take a while. It's going to start copying the files and expanding the files. Expanding the window files normally take a nice portion of time, so we're going to just stop here for now, and we'll come back when the files have been expanded. Now we have the setup starting the services. The machine restarted a few times. It went on to update the registry. So now it's just completing the installation. It's possible that it may restart again, and then we should be complete with the installation of the Windows Server 2008 R2. So we have the setup preparing the computer. So this will be the first time that server is going to be used on this system. And here we are, we have completed the installation of the software. For the first time, when you install a server, you need to change the password. So you click OK, enter administrator password. For now I'm just going to use something generic that I normally have. Confirm it. And generally you would want to have a password that is alphanumeric and maybe a few symbols in there, so that it's obviously, for security reasons, difficult for someone to enter a password or know your password. So you confirm that the password has been accepted, and is going to do some more preparations before we can work with the server itself. And your server machine is up and running. Looking around now, we initially we have a configuration or different configuration task that comes up as soon as you install a server, and you have the option here to start configuring your network itself. Here you would start customizing the different rules, what type of server you actually have installed, and everything else like that. So once we start working with server, then you will start come into this tab here to create and customize your server. So as you can see, we have the network up and running. We have internet. We should have internet access here. Yes, we do. We have internet access. So it would be possible for us, if we have Explorer, to be able to open up Explorer in your virtual environment. So there we see we have Google coming up, and we can't search for anything else. We have a fully functioning computer system working in the background. You have your server up and running, and it's in a virtualized environment where we can do everything that we would want to do on a normal computer. So thanks very much for looking at this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you have a lot of fun installing software.